Hi, nice to be catching up with you here in YouTube land. Um, we're going to be talking about treasure this week and writing about treasure. So I just wanted to share with you a paragraph from a book by a New Zealand writer called Janet Frame. She's one of our most famous writers. She died just a few years back. And this is her first novel called Owls Do Cry. And it's about a family, quite a poor family, I guess, living in the South Island of New Zealand. But the kids are very imaginative and they have this very kind of rich life together. The kids are called Francie, Toby, Daphne, and Chicks. And it's quite closely based on Janet Frame's own life. So I thought I'd read you the opening paragraph because it talks about these kids going to the dump to look for treasure, which is something that I remember doing with my dad, going in the car to the dump to find treasure. I don't think there's anything I need to tell you about, except it mentions in the paragraph, it mentions a plant that's called Toi Toi, which is like a yellow, fluffy topped, like a tall reed with a sort of a lovely fluffy top on it, which you may have here by a different name, but in New Zealand it's called Toi Toi. Okay, so here goes. Francie, Toby, Daphne, not always Chicks because she was too small and dawdled, found their treasure at the treasure dump among the paper and steel and rust and old boots and everything that the people of the town had cast out as of no use and not worth anything anymore. The place was like a shell, with a gold tickle of Toi Toi around its edges, and grass and weeds growing in green fur over the mounds of rubbish. And from where the children sat, snuggled in the hollow of refuse, warmed sometimes by the trickling streams of fires that the councilmen had lit in order to hasten the death of the material cast-offs. They could see the sky passing in blue or grey ripples, and hear in the wind the heavy fir tree that leaned over the hollow, rocking and talking to itself, saying, fir, 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 its own name, loosening its needles of rust that slid into the yellow and green burning shell to prick tiny stitches across the living and lived-in wound where the children found first and happiest fairy tales. So I think that's a lovely description of finding treasure and being amongst treasure in quite an unlikely place. So I want you to do, you'll get a worksheet to go with this session, but and it will set out the requirements for your exercise. But what I'm asking you to do is to do a kind of free writing, like a timed writing, about a place that you like, that is a place where you've found treasure. It could be at the beach finding a piece of beautiful piece of sea glass, or in your garden or under your bed, and it could be as a child or as an adult. You just choose, but try and use what Janet Frame does in this opening paragraph. She draws in the senses. What can you smell? What can you hear? What can you see? What can you feel? So that's just a wee introduction to what we're going to be talking about when we meet up for our interactive session. I hope you enjoyed that little excerpt, and I look forward to catching up with you.